Hi, I'm School Board Member Jean Marvin, and I'd like to give you a summary of some of the highlights from our last school board meeting on September 20th. Unfortunately, the first few announcements were not recorded or weren't broadcast, so if you weren't at the Edison building, you missed these, but I'll try to summarize briefly what happened. First of all, Hy-Vee showed up and they had, with their Cash for Students program, a check for RPS for $9,200. This is a program that we partner with Hy-Vee, so when parents turn in their receipts for groceries they bought there, Hy-Vee gives us back cash. They also gave the top 3 schools who got the most receipts additional cash rewards. Then Lincoln K-8 school was honored for being a national blue ribbon school. This is an enormous honor for this building, who has been a leadership in innovation, in teaching, in creativity for a long time. And the way they teach and the strategies they use are shared by our other schools as well. But congratulations to Lincoln. 4.03, the Rochester Public Schools Foundation announced 7 grants that it was awarding to teachers at 7 different schools for special programs that they want to try with their students. One in particular that was wonderful was an adaptive tricycle for students with autism and other abilities at one of our schools. And the student demonstrated how to use this tricycle. It was a great moment. We also heard from Dakota Middle School, who unveiled their new logo. And their logo now is a bison surrounded by 7 stars. This was designed by a Native American artist, and the Native American Parents Organization was very involved in helping to choose the logo and to locate the artist. The focus topic for this evening was on school continuous improvement plans. We're calling these SCIPs, SCIP, that each building has, and the goals and levers that it sets. Now, it's really important that every one of our schools has its own set of goals based on what their needs are, and they limit these to just a few critically important ones. In addition to saying what they want to change, what they want to improve, what they really want to measure, those are the goals. They're also saying, and this is how we're going to do it, those are the levers. What are the strategies that are going to be used? What are the means that they're going to follow in order to get these goals accomplished? The schools continue to work on these, they're continuous, and to share their ideas with other buildings. So in addition to the system-wide district goals, every school has its own goals. Cabinet member Jacque Peterson gave a report on our first couple of weeks of school, and she said that in visiting the schools throughout the district, staff and students were excited, they were positive, they were ready for a great school year. I don't think our staff has ever been more prepared for the beginning of a school year. They made sure that students felt welcomed, that they belonged. 6th graders and 9th graders, new to middle school and high school, had a full day with just their class in the building so that they could get acclimated to the building. They brought in some upper class people to work with them for the day. Jacque also talked about every building having a very specific plan for school opening, where they would ensure that every student understood how valuable they were, and they also understood the expectations for behavior and the consequences if students chose not to follow that behavior. We really want our schools to be safe, welcoming, and where academics are the focus. Another thing I think that will be of interest to parents especially is that RPS has a new policy this year about cell phone use. Students know that there are red zones and green zones. When a staff member says green zone, the phones can come out. When students know it's a red zone, the phones go away. We have a lot of students who spent the summer addicted to those cell phones. I know how that goes, and I've talked to some students after school started and asked them how this policy was working out. And they said reluctantly that they had really been used to being on their phones all the time, but that the new policy makes sense and that they were actually learning more because they weren't constantly being distracted. We heard from our finance director, John Carlson, about the annual proposed property tax levy. The state of Minnesota requires that every school district discusses their tax levy for the coming school year. So Mr. Carlson presented how much it would be, what the potential impact it might have on people's property taxes. We'll return to discuss this on October 4th. The board will not vote on it until December 13th, and there will be ample time for the public to weigh in on how they feel about this. Finally, we had a vote after a closed session to approve a contract with our educational support professionals. These are people who used to be called paraprofessionals, and we're very pleased that we were able to get a contract ratified with them. That's all for now. If you have questions, please contact me, jemarvin@rochesterschools.org, or give me a phone call, and my phone number is on the website. Thank you so much.